Well, I'm out at the pick and pull today, getting parts for the Suburban. Had to get a new throttle body. Found one. The last one in this whole place. There's like 20 of these Chevy trucks out here. Someone came through and swiped all the injectors out of them. What's up with that? Okay, well, stopped by the store. Got a new battery and a rebuild kit for the throttle body. We just gotta pull it into the driveway here. Get the battery in first and pull it into the driveway. Oh good, it's all still here. Alright, let's see if it starts up with this. It should start up. Here we go. Back tires are doing that locking up thing again. Oh, oh. Ah, get out of there. So this is the hopped up throttle body. You got to get this on here because it won't pass smog with this throttle body on here. I'm going to pull the fuse pump. Fuse. Start it back up until it dies. And hopefully it'll be out of fuel. No fuel pressure. Okay, that one had a little more gas in it. It's okay. Won't catch on fire, I swear. I just can't win. Oh, more spiders. Oh my god. Ew. This is the spacer that I bored out to match the throttle body. And this is not the bored out intake. I believe I am actually running the bored out intake on the truck currently, but it's got larger imports to match both of these guys here that are bored out. And you can see the differences now with these two side by side. This one has its top shaved, right? So they got rid of these lips here and this stuff like that. Also the bore, it's been bored out. It's got larger butterflies. This has 18 pound or 18 gallon per minute or something. There's an 18 in there in the injectors, right? And then I've got the adjustable regulator. So you gotta get these electrical sensors off. Should have used a wrench. So, what up, guys? Oh, I've got a hummingbird friend. Oh, well, he could be faux. I'm not sure if he's trying to dive bomb me or if that's just the way he sounds when he flies, because it's kind of startling. Sound like little mini helicopters. He's been hanging out on the wire from my garage door. He'll come inside and hang on the wire of my garage door. See him on the belts. He's hanging on the belts. He's just hanging out. He came right up to me. He came right up to me just now and looked me right in the face, like right across the table. He just flew in, turned around, looked at me like, hey, where's all the nectar at? And then flew over to the belts. I guess the belt is probably not as cold as the wire. That's understandable. He's not stuck, because he comes in and out. He's come in and out a few times. Hello?
Hello, I need to speak to Alan.
Hello?
Hi, Alan. This is Luke with the Spark Energy, and we are on a recorded line. You are authorized to make decisions on the B&E natural gas bill, correct?
Hello?
You pay for natural gas, Mr. Alan?
Hello? Gets him every time. We'll let this stuff cook for a little bit. Alright, everything's all cleaned up and disassembled, completely disassembled and clean. Nothing on them. Scrubbed the heck out of them. But there's a couple things I want to address, even though I scraped most of the gasket material off of this, and there was a time when that would be good enough. I would have called it done, right, and started rebuilding. But I got this piece of glass here. There's a lot of high spots that just kind of made me feel uncomfortable, so we're going to try to knock them down real quick. This is just water, a little bit of soapy water. You can't even tell where it's sanding it. That is starting to work. So this top piece is actually really bad. You can see, what was it, this one here. So just gonna keep cleaning up the rest of that until most of that's gone. This one turned out way better. This one's a little tricky too because of getting around this, but we'll manage. It'll be better than it was. And the gaskets are pretty thick too, so this probably isn't really necessary. This is more peace of mind for me, I guess. Well, this is about as good as it's getting. Ooh, man. That sounds amazing. That's good stuff. Alright, so here's the kit, and man, it has gotten a lot smaller. Which would be fine, really, if it came with everything like this. It did not come with one of these. Now, usually the old box, well, it's the same part number too, 97-724. I have an old box laying around with the spare parts that never get used, because these kits used to also accommodate the like single injector options. So I've just got a ton of extra pieces in here like that. And look, yeah, there's an extra thing there. I think that's brand new. But yeah, it's just interesting that it didn't come with that. Okay, well, let's start by assembling the regulator. And you notice there's a skinny end and a fatter end. The skinny end's gonna go over here next to this thing, because there's room for it. And this little cup's gonna sit down in there on top of the adjuster that is set from the factory. You can't mess with that. And again, the skinny one is gonna go over there, and this ledge, this notch is gonna line up with that. We gotta get this spring on. Okay. Now we're going to do the injectors, get them in their pods. They have little screens. Just pop them in feet first, then we'll get one of these screens and position it to where a screen sits over the hole. I guess it don't matter. Then we got this bottom O-ring and this top one. Let's get this other one dressed up first, just the same, before we get our hands in the transmission fluid. Doop, 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 doop. Now there's these locating pins. There's a spot in the back for the pin to go. Push it on the rest of the way. It's starting to go. Kind of wants to go, but then pops back out. There we go. Oh, the other side, the notch is on the opposite side. Oh, past flush. Look at that guy. Oh, that hurt the hands. Hands. There we go. Just gotta keep trying. Now we need a gasket or two. We need this one. And we need this one, which we're gonna put it on this one, I think, because will it stay on that one? Yeah, kind of stays on that one. Okay, these guys, so I've seen videos where people have had these in their injector pods, but my truck didn't have them, and neither did the Suburban. So I don't know. And then I've never used these either. I would like to use them. Those are pretty. They just go on top. How do they work? We'll use them. Let's just use them. We're gonna put them on top of the O-ring to smash them down. Still got my gasket. And 2 longer screws right there. And I think the rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And don't forget the 3rd long one right there. I'm gonna start in the center and just slowly hand tighten my way out. Okay, now we can slide this. I think we're ready for that. Right into place like that. Oh, you know what we need is that thing. We need this thing. Now there are aftermarket versions of this. I do have another video where I do a lot of work to the one in the pickup years ago. Go ahead and check that out if you guys want. It goes that way. Yeah, there's throttle body spacers and stuff like that. Injector risers. Then you got those 3 are the same. And you see right here, right there, that's a hole for another style of air cleaner holder that comes up, bends in towards the center, and then comes up for one single center wing nut. But these TBIs, they have 2 rods that come up through the air cleaner lid with 2 air cleaner nuts. Stupid. So you can't get those cool air cleaner lids. Now I can put these guys on in the back, remove the old clear flat thinger majiggers, put the new one on. Kind of snaps over a lip there is the issue. Thread that back into place, tighten those up, clip that over the lip, tighten that one up. Now these 2, I know one goes for this sensor here. It's hard to say which one. We'll use the fat one. And put in these 2 screws here. Now last but not least is this thing. I forget the name of it for the moment. Idle air control valve. But yeah, make sure that's all nice and clean. And that cone surface in there is nice and clean. So that'll seal. And I guess that's extra. Those are extra. This is the clip for your throttle body. That's gonna go there, for your throttle cable. That'll go there. These last 2 O-rings are gonna go on your fuel lines, the tips of the fuel lines, before they go into here. And that is how you rebuild a GM 90s era throttle body injection unit. Had to get some fresh sandpaper. I couldn't not do this. Well, it's working. Just 20 more hours of this. We'll be there. See all these low spots? I don't know if you can see them. Where it's not shiny. That sucks. I know the gaskets are kind of thick and are supposed to make up for that, but Jiminy. There's a big low spot there, there, and then around these passages, but I'm almost there. But we're starting to touch in the middle now, but we've still got a low spot here, and dang. This doesn't really matter out here. That spot, those spots anyway, don't really matter as long as it's sealed in between those spots. Right there, here. This is almost all the way out to the edge. Well, after minutes and minutes of not that hard of work, I've got it done. That looks really amazing. Tell me if you guys think that's even necessary. Like I said, the gaskets are pretty thick, but man, does that look good. Last thing in the kit is to get these O-rings changed out. 2 different sizes, so it should be pretty easy to figure out. A little bit of transmission lube on those. Now I like to start with the hardest. That's getting these gas lines hooked back up in the back. Now you should be using flare nut wrenches on these. I know not everybody has them, but they are a 16. And we're just gonna hook up the vacuum line in the back for the map sensor. Hook up my idle air control valve that's barely intact. TPS sensor. This little purge solenoid. This, wait a minute here. Uh-oh. This throttle body's missing a nipple. No way. Okay, here's what we do. We go from this, get rid of this guy. We're gonna get rid of this here that I broke before. So that's like how you do a little patch. Then we're gonna take this thing that I made. We're gonna plug it in under there. Yeah. And we'll feed that under real quick. Okay. And this end, like I said, we'll plug that in right there. There we go. That's on pretty tight. Now this one will go right here. Slide this on as far as you dare. Damn, that's as far as I dare. So the difference with changing that vacuum line from the front to the back is that in the front it only went to one hole, like one plane, one half of the engine. You only got vacuum from one half of the engine. This back hole back here for the map sensor gets vacuum from both halves of the engine in the center of the intake, in the center of the throttle body. So we'll see if that throws a light, if that makes a difference, or maybe you guys know. We'll hook up a kick down cable for now. Don't forget that funny little clip. Throttle cable goes right there. There it goes. Boom. And is that everything hooked up? Should we try to start this? I knew there was something I was forgetting. We got the dang old fuel injector connectors. Boom. Now this boot is ripped too, so we'll have to replace that, but it should make a good enough seal for now. Okay, I'm gonna let it prime. Any leaks? We're not priming anything without putting in the fuel pump relay. Oh, it was just about to. Prime it again. Whoa. Well, that's not gonna work. It's revving up and down. Dying. So I've got an idea to fix the vacuum problem there, but before I commit to that idea, I do want to just try switching out the sensor. Stay there. Okay, new one is getting in. We'll plug it in and start it up here in a second. All right, let's see if that worked. That might have done it. I don't know. The idle's still kind of, I wouldn't say jumping around, but a little fluctuating, like it's still warming up and getting lower. But it's definitely not doing what it was doing before, so the TPS sensor might have been the problem. That's crazy. First try, maybe? We'll see. We'll let it get up to temp. Because right now it's only like, yeah, that much. And the computer doesn't take over until like it gets up to temp, basically 200 degrees, I've been told. If you made it this far into the video, I gotta stop and remind my followers, my true loyalists. That sounds wrong. Anyways, 10K is still up in the air. I've gotten like 0 donations. In fact, my channel has been taking a hit lately. But if we still want to make this thing happen, the 10K raffle giveaway, where I give away all my little trikes, my bikes, my quad. Go look at my past videos and check it out. I've also got TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, all under Gibson Garage Speed Shop. Go check those videos out, and please give me gifts, stickers, whatever they're called. Hit the super thanks button down below there, right around there somewhere. And please help out so we can get this going on. I do want to say thank you so very much, though, for getting me to the 10K subscribers at least. It's amazing. I never thought I'd have 10K subscribers. It's awesome. So thanks again, guys. And as for this thing, it's done. That is how you rebuild a throttle body on, what is that, 90s era GM electronic throttle body. And if you're wondering, it's the first time I've ever realized it, that they would have different styles with different nipple options, vacuum options. That vacuum trick did work. I don't know if I have check engine lights yet because the battery was out and I've got to go drive around for a little while for the monitors to clear or load up or whatever you call it. So I don't know if I got a check engine light yet. I don't have OBD1 reader, I only have OBD2 stuff, even though I own 2 of each, OBD1 and 2 of the OBD2 cars. Why don't I have one? I don't know. Maybe I should get one. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I appreciate it so much. Let me know what you think about the rebuild, if you've done one. If you can tell me why that nipple is missing. Now, the vehicle I pulled it off of, it did have something funky behind it, like where the coil is on this car. There was something else there, and I didn't really pay attention. The intake manifold was different, but I was like, well, the throttle body's the same, whatever, you know. I almost ignored it pretty much, and then I got here and realized it was different. And I almost thought about drilling it out. It seems like you probably still could get a drill bit and go bzzz, and then go from underneath and bzzz, and then you've got that hole going right into that one bank there, just like the other ones. But we didn't need to. The vacuum rerouting worked. Hopefully, we'll have to wait and see, like I said. But until next time, peace.